Islamabad has measures to avoid a BoP crisis, Pakistan News. To prevent a full-blown BoP crisis until the blocked IMF program is reinstated, Pakistan has developed other arrangements for covering the growing dollar funding shortfall. Pakistan needs quick dollar inflows to restore trust as the current account deficit widened and foreign currency reserves dwindled. Without a backup plan, the nation may face a serious foreign crisis in July/August 2022, senior government sources told the news on Tuesday. The IMF and Pakistan have yet to agree on the seventh review and the disbursement of the $960 million tranche under the $6 billion extended fund facility. The IMF has signaled negotiations with the incoming administration, but given the tumultuous political circumstances, the IMF program may be in jeopard. This writer sought feedback from Federal Secretary of Finance Hameed Yaqoob. "We are working hard to have Chinese financing carried over," he said. "We will import oil on delayed payment by Saudi Arabia and ITFC, IDB. We'll look for commercial funding." Meanwhile, he claimed, the UAE had paid off its borrowing a month ago. Official sources said China had agreed in principle to a $2.5 billion commercial loan rollover last week, but Beijing regulators were still reviewing it. The person stated the Chinese could easily accommodate our $2.5 billion loan request. Many insiders believed Pakistani authorities should have approached China months before the maturity of commercial loans. Negligence if it wasn't done. The Chinese may have first refused to roll over debts, but following high-level involvement during the Prime Minister's visit, Beijing officials may have showed readiness to do so. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, the former foreign minister, visited China last week to request a rollover of a $2.5 billion commercial loan, which China had agreed in principle to grant and processing had begun. According to many independent economists, the government should avoid the IMF program and pursue its own reform strategy. To save money, he proposed a short-term ban on luxury things. He had queried why foreign cheese, animal feed, fancy cars, and other products were necessary. The trade imbalance reached $35.39 billion in the first 9 months of the current fiscal year and was on track to reach $50 billion if luxury imports were not severely limited. When contacted, Dr. Ashfaq Hassan Khan, a member of the Economic Advisory Council, said he advised the government impose a restriction on high-value non-essential imports to reduce imports by $10 to $15 billion. In the EEC meeting, he called for the formation of a committee, but no one cared. He said that if imports are not reduced, the nation may suffer the consequences.